Hey guys, Nightfox here. Welcome back to another of my first impressions of the fall 2016 anime season. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about Sound Euphonium Season 2. So, this show is done by Kyoto Animation, who has done numerous shows such as Clannad, K-On! And Free, among various other shows that I'm sure you've heard of. So, let's get into a quick synopsis of the story. Alright, so just to make sure, this is season 2, so if you haven't watched season 1 you plan to and you don't want to be spoiled, I just suggest you switch the video off here. Alright, so season 2 pretty much just continues where season 1 left off after they won the competition. So they're going on to the next level. I think it's the level right under nationals. And so it's pretty much just goes from there. The band gets back together. They have to keep practicing for the new competition. Let's get into my comments of the show. Alright, so first off, like last season, I think the character designs are beautiful and the animation is beautiful. This whole show is just gorgeous. It really looks amazing. One of the best looking shows I think this entire season. Also, I really love the character interactions. They're still on point. They're still great. And they're adding new characters to the show as well. So they're expanding our cast, which may seem weird because we already do have so many characters, but I think the way they're doing it is really, really smart. So what they're doing is they're introducing these new characters to us, but they're attaching them to characters that we have already known and we're already established with. So like for example, Taki Sensei brings in a new, another teacher to help him teach. So even though he's new, you still have him attached to Taki Sensei. And then Yuko, the trumpet player, she has a friend that's been in the band, but we haven't really talked about her much. And so she's being introduced, but she's connected to Yuko. So you have these connections through already existing characters, so that when you see these new characters, even if you don't know them right away, you still have these other characters you can connect them to. So it doesn't seem like as daunting that they're throwing all these new characters at us so quickly. At least we have something to relate them to, so it doesn't seem super overwhelming. Also, another thing is they seem to be touching on characters that they didn't really get to do much in the first season, because the first season was pretty much Kumiko and Reina really getting their relationship going and get that started and really fleshed out, which I think they are also fleshing that out even more and really adding to that in the second season as well. I think they're really making sure that that relationship doesn't get stale and it keeps going and it keeps growing in a good direction. But they're also focusing on new characters as well. Namely, I think Asuka is getting a lot of attention this season, and it seems like we're really getting into more of her and why is she in the band and her motivations behind everything. So I think it's really nice that we're developing more characters in the show and really getting a much more fleshed out cast. Also, if you've watched the show before, you probably know the plot isn't really the main thing. This is very much a character driven story because like I stated the plot before, it's really simple. I mean, it's pretty much they're just preparing for the next competition, so it's really the character driven story. But they use the characters to their full ability and they have such strong, good characters that it works just fine and it moves the story along at such a nice pace and really well. Another strong point of this show is it hits so many boxes. And what I mean by that is that it's not just like a slice of life or drama show. While yes, it is primarily slice of life and drama, they have comedic beats in there and they put them in such good times because with it just being slice of life and drama, sometimes the show can drag and get a little monotone and just kind of stale and just flatline. But they insert these comedic beats at such the right time to just make sure that it has this little pick me up almost, you could say, where it just it may be going like a drama and then you get a nice little comedic beat that like ramps it up and then it dips back down to into the normalcy of the show. But I think the way they use the comedy is just really well done so that the show doesn't seem monotone or stale. So I think the directing and use of the comedic beats is really on point. And one of the last things I'm liking about the show is I think the music in the show is very fantastic. Not only the music that they play, because obviously since it is a band show, there is going to be music that is played as their pieces. We haven't gotten too much of that, but we have gotten a little bit of that. And as always, just like last season, it's very well done. But also just the music that's just in the background of the show. It's really it's noticeable but not noticeable. It's noticeable in the good sense where you notice it because it fits so well with the show. It's not one of those noticeable where you notice it because it sticks out and it's bad. You notice it because it fits so well with the show, and it's just a perfect composition for this show, really. So as you can tell, I'm pretty hyped up on this show. It's my my favorite show of the season, tied with another show which I'll be making a first impression of later. So if you want to see what the other show it's tied with is, or how the other shows I'm watching this season are ranked, feel free to check out my weekly power rankings video that will be going up every Sunday. If you agreed or disagreed with anything I said in this video, feel free to leave me a comment in the section down below. And like I said before, I'll be making more first impression videos as I hit that 3 episode mark for the show. So if you want to stay up to date and be notified when those are released, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And until then, I'll see you guys later.